If we have a revolution that will take those white on the inside and black on the outside our leadership positions, we are going to get it right. Until then, the shadow of colonialism will continue to loom large over many society, casting a long shadow of division, mistrust, injustice by confronting this legacy of colonialism and working towards healing and reconciliation. Society can begin to overcome the deep-seated division and injustices that continue to haunt them only through acknowledging the past, history, very important, acknowledging the past by showing them history. This is what happened. This is how we are going to navigate. This is how we are going to prevent. And we must begin to promote understanding and striving for justice. That's the only way society can move beyond the legacy of colonialism and build a future based on equality, dignity, and respect for all. If not, we are going nowhere. But the most importantly is history. Very important. Leadership. Leadership. We need. Because if we begin to resent ourselves within ourselves, what about our siblings that was taken out of Africa by force as a result of slavery and colonialism? What about them? How are we going to unite with them? Because if we forget them, we are more like those who took them or who sold them. We are worse than them. We must recognize that there are these people still out there that we need to also reintegrate when we build equitable, reputable, and equal society. We don't even need to call on them. They will come back. They are our people. They are our siblings, and we must unify with them. But if we continue to have this type of leadership, in the global stage, they vote against you. And you cannot blame them. You can't blame them. That's why you see in the big world like United States, any task that they want to do against the black nation, they will use a black person. In the military, they will use a black person. Because your black leaders in Africa, they are not willing to do, the right thing. They are there for the money. They are there for the looting. They are there because there is no accountability. Until you make it ungovernable for them, they will not stop to loot. If they need medical checkup or medical care, they go to Europe, where another man like them built, but they cannot build it. What about the ordinary people in the ground zero? When they are sick, they will be unalived by their sickness because they have no access to adequate medical care. And we close our eyes. We are watching these people destroying our future that they cannot be part of. Because many of you, when you look towards American politics, you say, no, these are old people. If these old people are getting it right, why can't our old people get it right? Dude, it's not about that. It's a decoy. The old people you find in European and American politics is a decoy. They are conservatives. American politics, American leadership is not really run by those people you see, those figures you see. It is run from the underground. So those people you see is just a decoy for you to continue to recycle failure in the name of old people into your political space. That's exactly what it is. Until you begin to understand that the old people who are conservatives from your own end, who went through the impact of colonialism, went through the harshness of colonialism, and they are now suffering from a Stockholm syndrome. You believe that a man who suffers a Stockholm syndrome is going to help you to save, to acknowledge the challenges that you are facing. No, you need a bright mind. You need someone who never faced this impact of this physical colonialism. You need someone with a fresh mind that will rise up, who does not even know any agreement made by anyone, who is going to shake up the status quo, who is going to disintegrate the status quo and start afresh. That's what you need. You see, in Burkina Faso, a young blood, he shook the status quo. He started afresh. He is excelling. He is doing great. Everybody loves him. He's only 35. But you believe that it is those people, they are conservatives, because they are the ones who face this tyranny of colonialism. You believe that they are the ones who is going to save you. No, it is you who never saw colonialism that is going to save them, because you have seen it through history. You've seen what it does. And now you don't even need to fear any external influence or peripheral influence. You just need to do what is right. It is only the young generation that can achieve that, not the older generation, because the older generation, almost all of them, are suffering from Stockholm syndrome. Until we realize that, we aren't going anywhere. And that is the reason why I started this with the cosmic perspective, the creation of light overshadowing the darkness, which is primordial, which was the image of God. And the light came by to overshadow the darkness and made everything believe that darkness is evil. When we can actually see in the absence of darkness that light is inconsequential, light can be turned off. Darkness can never be turned off. That's where it brings you to the melanin that you possess, which makes you the primordial of creation. You're not a hybrid, you are natural, which actually makes you to survive in any environment that you find yourself, which is supposed to make you to embrace yourself and appreciate yourself and love yourself. Because when you begin to love yourself, you will know what to do to protect yourself. You will know what to do to protect anybody that looks like you. You will never pull a trigger on anybody that looks like you. You will never hate on anybody that looks like you. Because what you are doing is you are hating yourself without you knowing. The people we call leaders, they are damaged. It is easy to repair or to guide a young brain than to repair the old brain. The old brain is damaged. It cannot be repaired. It is not repairable. But the younger ones, you can guide them. You can guide them. You can mold them on the shape that you want them to be. That's why this leadership by old people have to stop. For Africa to breathe, it must stop. They are uninformed. They are uninformed. It's not like we are disrespecting the elders. It is time for them to go for pension. They must go on pension. We need to take care of them. They don't need to work anymore. They must be there so that the younger generation takes care of them. People go on pension at the age of 60. Why at the age of 80, 90? Look at Cameroon. Paul de Bear, he's almost dying. He's still in the position of leadership. Look at Rwanda. How long has he been there? What do you call is it Rwanda or Uganda? Uganda.